Hello, my name is Russ Johnson, and we'll be looking at my final project for Object Oriented Programming and Data Abstraction. You can see right now a view of the layout of my classes and how they work together. On the far left, you see the simulation class, and that's kind of the main class that just sort of initiates everything. And that takes us to the center to the Commute AI class. That basically orchestrates all the actors moving together. And then we also have the GUI class, which handles the graphical user interface, the interrupts for the buttons, and the actual the window frames themselves. I used Java JFrames. On the far right, you can see our three classes of actors. We've got elevators, call buttons, and passengers. Those three classes on the right all act as independently as possible. Then they handle all of their own information as well as making some of the decisions for themselves. For example, like a passenger class will determine when to walk up and down the hallways. The elevator class determines whether or not to open or shut its own doors and which floors to go to. None of those classes talk directly to each other. They all communicate through the Commute AI class. And then also they have a link to the GUI class where they can report their statuses so they can be displayed on the screen. Okay, we're starting the application up now. Alright, our JFrame has popped up. Moving that off to the side. Alright, starting at the top, we have our clock, and we also have our sun that kind of gives an indication of the time of day. We have two buttons, one that advances the sim by 1 minute, and the one that runs continuously. Our building itself consists of 4 floors, a ground floor, and then 3 additional floors. We have all of our passengers lining up and waiting. They're represented by those vertical lines. And we have our 3 elevators in blue on the right. We also have elevator call buttons. You can see them, they light up. And we're going to advance the sim by 1 step at a time. It should also be noted that not everyone goes to work at the same time in the simulation. Each passenger has their own randomized time where they have to report into work, and then for when they take their lunch break and when their day is done. Now we'll run the simulator in continuous mode, just to get the rest of the passengers up to their offices. Because everyone has different lunch breaks, you can see traffic going back and forth as some people are coming in and some people are going out at the same time. You can notice when people approach the elevators and wait in the lobbies, you can see them push the buttons and light up those 4 little white indicators. It tells you that they're pushing a button and they're calling for an elevator. Okay, here's the go home commute. Now you can't see the elevator buttons in the elevators themselves. They are simulated, but they're just not displayed. Alright, we're waiting for the end of day Alright, here we go. Starting over a new day. Alright, now we've got the early birds getting there, and okay, now everyone will be at work shortly. So what you've just seen is essentially all there is, unless you restart the sim to give everyone a new random report-in time and lunch break.